It's not an IPA, it's an IPL, and it's awesome. The Brew Kettle. Hey, it's Brainmuffin back with another beer review, and here we have awesome India style pale lager, not an ale, from the Brew Kettle. So what I'm expecting is that they're making this with lager yeast instead of ale yeast. It should still be hoppy. Some of the hops are going to tone down storing. It doesn't say how long they lager, but it's brewed with awesome hops, awesome barley, awesome water, awesome yeast, and just a splash of wizard magic. So Brew Kettle guys, and I think it's Cleveland, Ohio. They have a lot of creative beers, a little bit different. So this is more about the Brew Kettle. Nothing tells me how long, but this is the 2017 version of this beer. I picked this up a few weeks ago at Jungle Jim's before I got sick, and they had it on clearance because they were basically needed the shelf space. They had a whole shopping cart full of it. If I remember correctly, it was about $4 for a 4-pack. So I can't remember if it's $3.99 or $4.99, but it's around $4, we'll say. So about $1, which is about half the price. Now this is a 16-ounce beer, so I did get a larger glass. A lot of the cans that you get are 12-ounce cans, and they're around $2 to $3 many times on the, at least around here, at least at Jungle Jim's. And what's nice about the cans is that they're usually lined, so you shouldn't get any aluminum tasting if you're really sensitive to it. But it also means there's no light getting to this, so you just want to keep it away from heat. Light will go through the brown bottles, and it definitely goes through the clear and the green, and can skunk beers pretty quickly, especially the clear and green. So let's see. Oh wow, it's like cutting the grass right off the nose. So it's a hoppy lager, so I'm expecting it to be smooth as well as hoppy. Without lagering, that usually that sharp bitterness will usually tone down a little bit. Wow, that is very nice hop aroma. That is very interesting because the hop backbone is still very present. I did look for a date on this. Even when I bought it, I asked somebody on their Twitter account, hey, how old is this? And they said it's not old. They're just trying to get it out of the way. A lot of Christmas beers coming in, and some winter beers and needed space. 5.2% alcohol. It's hoppy, but it's not a huge hop bomb. It does kind of right back in here have a little bit of that hop thickness that IPA, especially a double IPA, will have. But there's a serious malt backbone there, which is what you get in an IPA. There's a very resiny hop texture and flavor mid-mouth. It is kind of grassy as I spill it on myself. Nope, missed. But it is pretty good. It's very interesting. What would be interesting to see is this same recipe but with an ale yeast compared to this with a I'm assuming it's a lager yeast. I'm going to go buy the can, so it should be cold stored for a while. So it's a bottom fermenting yeast, especially in secondary, and it almost has this homebrew-esque quality to it. And I don't mean as a bad thing, I mean as a good thing. It has that kind of, that lingering aroma that says this beer is pretty fresh, even though it was on clearance. So that's good. I'm going to give that a solid 4. I don't know if I've ever had an IPL before. I've had some pale lagers that were kind of like a pale ale, but not an Indian pale ale that's been converted to a lager. Hey, I got a badge. Or no, I didn't. I got notifications. So that's definitely a solid 4. I'd like to get this a little fresher too, but like I said, I also like to compare it with an actual ale yeast. That would be pretty interesting. Because I'm expecting that ale is going to be a little bit sharper, unless it's been bottle conditioned. And that's kind of why I said this is kind of like a good homebrew. Because many times good homebrews, you let them sit in the bottle for 4 or 5 weeks, and just kind of age just a tiny bit. It's amazing sometimes how much better they are. To me, this is a good pairing with your grilled meats, some grilled chicken or hamburgers, especially a big hamburger like a buffalo bacon cheeseburger type thing with some real sharp cheddar cheese, smoked bacon, and maybe some good onion on there. Definitely could pair those with some spicy food. This time of year, you know, it's December, good hearty, meaty, kind of a spicy chili, but one that doesn't blow your head off. This would be a good pairing. Because at 5.2%, it's going to be a little on the heavy side as far as alcohol, so you're going to have quite a few calories. So you will get filled. So you want to, I'd say, even like a hearty 7-bean soup would go well with this too. So it's a good beer for this time of year and the hearty foods that we tend to eat around here. So there you go. Have you tried awesome India style pale lager from Brew Kettle or any other pale lager IPL? Just for a comparison. What do you think of my rating before? Would you get it higher or lower? Let me know. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Looks good. All right.
Dad, you said give her like 5 minutes. 5 minutes for what?
All right. Testing 397. Awesome IPL 2017. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.